This video is made possible by Francisco Herrera Jr. at the Honda Superstore of Joliet. Francisco is a longtime car enthusiast who is dedicated to finding the perfect vehicle for you. Email him at the address on the screen or contact him with his information found in the description below. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2007 Nissan 350Z Roadster Touring. Up front is a 3.5 liter V6 and down below is a 5-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this here 350Z for a couple of reasons. First of all, I love Z cars, not just because my name starts with the same letter, but I've always liked the Z31, Z32, Z33, which is this, and then of course the Z34, and I haven't had my hands on the new Z car yet, but I imagine it's quite good as well. I've always liked these cars, but the second reason is the fact that this is an automatic. I've never done an automatic 350Z, and I've never done a convertible 350Z. So checking two of those boxes here today. But before we get on to anything else, I have a website, ZackPradel.com, where you can buy stickers like this retro sticker pack or big friggin' bottle sticker, both with free shipping, and other merch will become available soon. You can also submit your own vehicle to be reviewed by me through a quick and easy submission form, and you'd get a video just like this one of your own car. And you could read my behind the scenes blog to see what I'm filming before it comes out on the channel. But let's get back to that 3.5 liter V6 under the hood, making 306 horsepower. So this is known as the HR engine. So when talking about 350Zs, there's three different engines from different years. So the very early cars, 2003, 2004, had the DE engine. That's the least powerful engine, and DE essentially means dud. Then there was the Rev Up edition from 2005 to 2006. Little bit better, a little bit sportier, but then for 2007 and 2008, they offered this engine, which is the HR, meaning high revving engine. And like I said, it makes that really nice 306 horsepower. However, the best thing about this engine is the torque. A lot of other vehicles in this segment, this car went up against the Mazda RX-8, the Subaru WRX, those sort of tuner cars from the early 2000s. They were all either inline fours or the rotary engine makes no torque in the RX-8. So this actually feels very, very torquey because it has those two extra cylinders. And that's what I've always adored about the Z cars, dating all the way back to the Z31 when they first implemented the V6 instead of inline six. You get that nice torque and I love it. Like I said, paired to it is a 5-speed automatic. Would I prefer a manual? Of course. However, the fact that this is an automatic, driving it around, I don't really notice it too much. However, it does sort of change the feel of this car, really the purpose of the car. That, of course, paired with the convertible top makes this car a perfect cruiser, just for going in and out of town, going to the beach with the top down, and that automatic transmission really reinforces that idea. It's not a bad transmission, it's just not super sporty, not very driver-oriented. Has a mind of its own. Last but not least, of course, about the drivetrain for the 350Z is that it is rear-wheel drive. And if you got the manual, you would get a limited slip differential, but this, of course, is the automatic, so it has an open diff. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a bunch of orange gauges. On the left is my fuel and coolant temperature. In the center is my tachometer. Love a center-mounted tachometer, very sporty feeling. And then on the right, I have my speedometer. Everything in this era from Nissan was orange, 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 and that's very evident here in the gauge cluster. On the steering wheel on the left, I do have controls for my volume, mode, power, and seek, as well as off to the right, I do have my cruise control options. Very nice, however, this does not have the factory head units, so those radio buttons are pretty much useless now. Off to the left, I have my power opening top and my traction control, as well as my fuel door release. So let's talk about how to operate the power top. All right, so the actual power top operation goes like so. So there's this big handle up here. You pull this and release it, and then you have to have your foot on the brake. You hit that button. The passenger seat actually tilts forward. Kind of interesting, I guess, not to bop you in the head with this. And then as you can see, the operation starts, and it's a power folding top from then on out. Close that back down, puts the passenger seat back, and boom, there we go. Now we're having an open air experience. To close the top, same thing. So you have to have your foot on the brake, interestingly enough, but you don't have to have the handbrake on. But all we do, hold the button, hit close, the passenger seat moves forward again, and as you can see, the top starts coming up. I'll let you enjoy the Transformers style close. A little bit quicker on the close than the open. I'm sure gravity has an effect, but just like that, pull it down, and we're good to go. It's a pretty simple contraption. The actual roof itself, not the best. However, if you own this car, you probably own it to drive with the top down more often than not, so you're not really gonna notice. Moving onto the door, I do have a climate control vent and the door handle. However, as you'll notice, this is where the Nissan build quality starts to come in. It's all scratched up from nails and such, which is a shame. Moving down below on the door, I do have my power mirror options as well as power locks and power windows. And moving into the center, I do have my temperature, my oil pressure, and my voltage. This is very, very typical Nissan Z car. They've done this since the Z's conception. They have 3 gauges in the center. It's very, very iconic Nissan, very iconic Z car. And so it's cool to see that carry through to the 350Z. Then I do get a giant compartment in the center, but again, you'll see that little handle on the outside suffers from the Nissan build quality issue of being scratched. I don't understand why these touch surfaces are so easily scratched, but every Nissan from this era really that I drive has these same scratches. Then, like I said, the radio has been swapped out. This is an aftermarket unit. This is not the stock unit. Then I have the climate controls, very basic, where to send it off to the left, temperature in the center, and then fan speed off to the right. I do have my hazard switch down below here too, kind of interesting. I guess that cubby on the dash kind of took up too much room, but interesting to see it down here. And then I do get the shifter. I can plus minus if I want, and it looks pretty flimsy, looks pretty mid 2000s, which is fair because this is a mid 2000s car, but I don't think it's very pretty. Down below that, I get my heated seat controls and a dead switch. And then we do get cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the convertible Nissan 350Z. And unfortunately, it fails. I didn't expect it to pass, but it is what it is. Then I do get a little center console. And then we have the seats. The seats are decently comfortable. They are leather, part of that touring package, a little bit nicer. And like I said, they are heated. However, they're not really doing me many favors past that. But behind the seats, I do actually have some storage options, which is really, really nice, especially for a convertible. You're gonna leave the top down. These are lockable storage options, which are fantastic. However, we don't have back seats, but let's hop around back. We'll do a trunk review, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so we're on the back of the convertible Nissan 350Z, and there's actually a button down here that you press, and then it pops up. So still decent amount of trunk space, given the fact that it is a convertible. So the convertible top actually goes up there. This is the actual trunk area. I do get a cargo net and, of course, some floor mats and things like that, but besides that, nothing too crazy, but you do still get some trunk space here in the back of the 350Z convertible. Now we gotta talk about how the Nissan 350Z convertible looks. And so with the exterior, that's actually where my controversial hot take comes in. In my opinion, Nissan has never made a good-looking convertible. And I'm not just talking about the Murano Cross Cabriolet or whatever the heck that was. I think this car is butt ugly. I think that the Z32 convertible is butt ugly. I think that the Nissan S13 240SX convertible is butt ugly. I guess I can revise it and say any Nissan convertible sold in the US is butt ugly. The S15 convertible kind of gets a pass because they did have a hardtop convertible version, and that's pretty freaking cool. But this, to me, is purely ugly. It's garbage. It's disgusting, it's revolting, it's whatever synonym of gross you want to throw in. I hate it. It's too long. Is it a pontoon boat? Am I supposed to go swimming and rafting off the back here? It looks like someone poorly photoshopped the top off of a 350Z. I have to imagine that the concept artists at Nissan at the time only had MS Paint to create their concept cars. I understand that a lot of Nissan people might be upset by that, but it's my opinion. I've held that opinion for years, and until someone shows me otherwise, it's the opinion I will continue to hold. With that aside, I do really enjoy this car. I really like this car. driving it. I like the torque of the VQ engine. I like that the transmission, it's fine. It's shifting, it's doing its job. It's not rubbing my back and feeding me chocolate-covered cherries, but not every transmission has to do that. I like driving this car. I enjoy this car. I just don't like looking at it, which in my position right now, I'm driving it. I don't have to look at it. All I'm seeing is a road in front of me and some orange gauges. That's it. I can live with that. I can get that. I would just back it into my garage every day and hope and pray that I don't have to go to the trunk for many things to look at the rear end. So yeah, that is my automotive hot take. That is something that I know will probably bury me, but it's a hill I'm willing to die on. But besides that, this car is great. I mean, listen. Oh, huge thank you to Francisco from the Honda Superstore of Joliet. He's been absolutely awesome to work with. I messaged him the other day. I was like, what do you got for me? And he's like, dude, you got to drive this 350Z. And I said, awesome. I was super excited about it. Francisco is a car enthusiast himself. If you guys remember on the channel, I reviewed an Eagle Talon Turbo all-wheel drive manual. That was his car. So he actually has the chops to be a car enthusiast. He's absolutely awesome. I can't thank him enough. And I'm finally glad to get this car under my belt. If you're looking for a Honda or any other used vehicle, please reach out to him. He'll find the right car for you. It'll be quick, it'll be easy, it'll be painless, as car buying should be. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.